Welcome back to the Future Self podcast. I appreciate you tuning in for today's episode. Season 2, Episode 3, Living Your Life Through the Lens of Other People. In today's podcast, I really want to open up a conversation. I want to have you thinking, sharing a different perspective, and for us to talk about living your life through the lens of other individuals. Caring about what other people think, being stressed on what other people's opinions are, holding yourself back because of the potential judgment. Life nowadays is so riddled with external validation. It is a society-based norm to be on social media, posting your achievements, the highlight reels, the good things. For some people who get vulnerable, the struggles, the bad things, your achievements, so much of what we do nowadays is shared amongst everyone, which opens up the doorways for more judgment, more criticism, the potential of backlash, the potential of opinions being formed, people to create judgments about you that may or may not be true. But it's how life is nowadays. We share things, we chat, we post more, we're a lot less private. It's a no fucking wonder why there is so much anxiety and stress, lack of confidence, low self-esteem nowadays, because life is just riddled and just fueled with external validation. Wearing this clothing because it's cool. Thinking this way because everyone else does. Not doing this certain action because no one else is. Doing the same shit as what every other person is doing because it's fucking safe, it's comfortable, and it's easy. Safe, comfortable, and easy. Doesn't sound like a fucking exciting life to me. It doesn't sound like that's taking chances and taking risks, putting yourself out there to be a better human, allowing yourself to be more free, and it's not. It's fucking not. So many people downplay their potential. They undersell their ability. They keep what they're doing low key if it's personal. They wear what other people are wearing. They do what other people are doing. They hold themselves back because of the judgment of what another person could have, because of the opinion of what a fucking stranger could have. My life is a life of social media. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagrams. I'm posting my achievements, my goals, my visions, my clients, my friends, my family. I post so much of what I do. I open up so much potential for backlash and criticism and judgments, which I experience and I receive often. But I just don't fucking care. I don't care. Now, this all ties in with the future self living. It ties in with past episodes that I've posted. The episode with Shani was essentially around living life not true to your real self. I've talked about friends and their impact on you. It's all intertwined. It's all connected. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't care what someone else thinks. Fuck it. Because it's not that easy and it's definitely not that simple. Something that has been bred into you, drilled into you, and self-fueled for fucking years is not always going to be simply dismiss or let go of because you just decide not to think and feel that way anymore. It is the exposure to experience, semi-exposure therapy-like dynamics, the stepping stone principle that allows that to change over time for most people. Some people can cold turkey, flick the switch, black and white, hear a podcast like this, read a post and go, what the fuck am I doing? Bang, I'm going to change my mindset. For others, it's fucking hard. If you're consistently thinking about what you're doing, will people care? Will people judge me? It's not simple to just change that mindset. It's really fucking hard. It's been something I've worked on for a long period of time. I used to be someone who did what everyone else was doing. I used to go out. I used to do the same things. I used to have the same standards, the same wants, the same cares. But fuck that. I look around me at times and I see people my age, older and younger, and just think I do not want to live that fucking life. Like, I don't want that for myself, so I can't be the same as you. I know people look at me and go, fuck man, I wouldn't do that, or I don't want that life, and that's okay. Good. It's not your life, and you won't fucking have the same as me because you're probably not doing the same as what I'm doing. So if you don't want it, stop thinking about it. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't fucking change my projection. It doesn't change the direction I'm heading in. I've been judged, criticized, and just fucking absolutely misperceived by so many people from the things I do because all they care about is seeing the surface of the situation. They lack no interest in diving deeper. They lack no or minimal emotional intelligence to understand the things I've been through. They're the people I don't care about in terms of if they're judging me. Their judgment means fuck all to me. If someone isn't willing to understand my perspective, understand where I'm coming from and what I've been through, I couldn't give a shit if they're commenting on my coaching, my shoes, my podcast, the way I act or am, because they have no relevance to me. If someone is not willing to dive deeper than the surface before making a judgment, that's fine. Make that judgment, make that comment, because I can break it down to be from a lacked education standpoint. So that's why it just doesn't fucking matter. Now, I'm definitely not going to sit here and act high and mighty as if I've never been the person to care about other people's opinions. I remember in my first relationship, I acted so different because I wanted to be accepted by my partner initially. I remember at my past job, I acted so different from who I wanted to be because I wanted to be accepted by everyone around me. I remember not even that long ago, living a lifestyle I didn't want to live because I didn't want to stand out, and I didn't want to have people judging and criticizing me beyond the normal. The normal. Isn't that funny to say that there's just a normal level of that all the time? So I downplayed it. I played small. I made out like I was balling, like I was killing it. I was thriving, all of that. And I fucking wasn't. I wasn't at all. Where I'm at in my life at the moment, I'm driving my dream car. I'm living in my dream home. I work with my dream fucking people. I have my dream version of friends around me. I'm getting closer and closer than ever with my family and my friends, knuckling down on my people. And that hasn't come from doing the same as everyone else. It's come from so much judgment and so much disapproved thought processing from other people. But it doesn't matter because I don't do it for them. I don't live my life for them. I live it for me. This is my life. I need to do what I need to do to allow my dreams to come true for me. It's really a wide spectrum, the title of this podcast, because we could walk down clothing, we could walk down the fear of judgment at the gym, we could walk down friends, chasing goals, expressing yourself. There's so many different pathways we could walk down. One of the most fire burning and fueling areas of this dynamic or topic within me is seeing people live okay when they could be living great, seeing people achieve fine when they could be achieving amazing, seeing people undersell who they are and what they could be because of the fucking fear of other people. The most common one I experience is the judgment fear of the gym. I'm scared of what people will think. I'm scared of what people are going to say. I don't want to wear the crop top. People are going to look at me. And I always say this to everyone I work with in the most heartfelt way. You're not that important. You're not that fucking important. People don't care about you in that context, that much. And it sounds really harsh, and I guess it is, but it's coming from a place of you could be offended by that, or you could use that as a tool, as a superpower, because it's fucking true. If I go somewhere, back in the day, I used to think when I went out, everyone knew who I was. Fuck yeah, it's Guy Lawler. People are going to come up to me and all of this. And it's like, fuck, bro. Lower that ego, man. Like, you're not that important. Low key in Wollongong back then. Like, you're not that important. Same with the gym. I used to think I'd walk into a gym and everyone would have all eyes on me and worry about what I'm doing and my technique and my training. And newsflash, bro, like, you're not that fucking important. So I say it to people who I work with in the gym, not to be rude, but to give you a superpower. Like, if you really tap into that mindset, you're not that important. People don't care that much. Go for it. Wear that shirt, wear those shorts, do that lift, try that new exercise, jump on that machine you fucking walk past all the time that you're scared of. Do different. It's okay. Try the new thing. People don't really care. One of my most favorite demonstrations I do at the gym with anyone new that I work with is pick up a 10 kilo plate, raise it up, drop it on the floor. It creates a loud bang, and I tell that person, look around and tell me how many people just looked at us. And 9 times out of 10, with the occasional fucking slip up, it works in the fact that no one's looking. No one cares. It doesn't, like, no one really gives a shit on what anyone else in the gym is doing. And if they are, they're probably interested in what you're doing because they don't know how to do it. They're probably rooting for you because they see you in there consistently grinding. They're probably inside proud of you because you're killing it. If you're in there judging people and then you have a fear of people judging you, that's on you to change. That's not on them. That is your responsibility to quit the judging because you're raising your anxiety as a reflection of what you're doing to other people. I see it all the time with goals too. People just downplay what they could achieve and who they could be. No one wants to, as a consistent normal, step out of the zone to do different. Everyone wants to do the same because it's simple, there's low risk, and people don't care. I remember with this podcasting is so common. It's so common. There's fucking thousands and thousands of them. But there wasn't too many around, or there aren't too many around where I am. So it was a big deal. And I thought, shit, am I going to open up a potential of more judgment and criticism? And yeah, I am. But I don't give a fuck on those comments. I don't care. Funnel the algorithm, fuel the episode, share it to your friend about how silly it is or how bad this part was. Progress my engagement because that's going to work in my favor. Whether you're rooting for me or not, doesn't matter. It still helps me. Now, I wanted to quote Chris Williamson, who's a big podcaster. He's fucking killing it. I think he lives in the US. He's just a big guy in the mindset psychology industry with fitness. And he said that people will root for you when you're on your way up because you remind them of their goals and their dreams. But then continuing with that, people will root for your downfall when you get to the top because you remind them of their goals and their dreams that they gave up on. Projection, right? You pick up on that? They're rooting for you initially because you remind them of their goals, their dreams that they had. When you get there, projection again. They're rooting for your downfall because they didn't get there. They're upset. They're not happy to see you at the top. People love it when you're doing good, but not better than them. So do better than them and self-validate. Do 10 times what they're doing, but back your own self up. Like I said just before, the field of what we could go into with this episode is fucking huge. It's so huge. It is something I see in most people every single day. It's something I've experienced so heavily. It's something I'm experiencing so much at the moment, changing what I'm doing the goal structure I have at the future for my future self, the wanting to travel and online coach, the changing my working amounts, changing from not doing PT anymore. There's always going to be this backlash and this criticism. There are coaches surrounding the South Coast who dislike me because their clients came to me. Like, what the fuck? I've had clients leave me and go work with other coaches away from me, other coaches within the same gym, and I'm still rooting for those fucking people just as much as I was when they were with me, because the success of that human means more to me than the ego upset that I could have stepped into or the annoyance that they're no longer with me. But again, it's all projections. It's all coming from that individual. It's so rare that you're ever going to do something that's actually the wrong thing or a weird thing or a not acceptable thing to be doing that's on you. It's always going to be on the person that's projecting it onto you, projecting the comments, the gossip, the hatred. The life I live nowadays, I'm so focused on myself, my people, and my direction. I couldn't give a fuck what anyone's doing. And if anyone is working hard and achieving good things, I'm rooting for you. That's amazing. I have fuck all energy to focus on someone's downfall, to wish negative on anyone. There's so many people who have fucked with me and messed with my life around me that I don't wish their downfall. I don't despise that human and want their life to fail or fuck up. The minute you step into a level of consciousness where you understand that a lot of people's actions or opinions are projections, and a lot of people act from a place of experience, trauma, and where they're at. When you truly understand that, your life will change forever. It will truly change forever. When you can educate yourself enough to understand that someone's not bitching about you because it's your fault. They're bitching about you because it might allow them to be closer with another person because deep inside they have bonding or attachment issues. Someone's bitching about you because they're not happy in their life, so dragging you down makes them feel better. When you really just tap into that understanding that you're not doing the wrong things and it's never really what you are doing that's getting the judgment, it's the projections from the other person. If someone's client leaves them and they come to me and that coach then doesn't like me, if you really think of that, that's not my fucking issue. That is not my problem to deal with. That coach has something inside that could be worked on that could change that situation. Like I said, I have no need to root for anyone's downfall or anyone's fuck up. And anyone I work with, I'm supporting solely 100%. If someone was to change coaches, I'm going to walk them over to that coach and introduce them. If someone wants to stop coaching because they're ready to go off on their own, I'm fucking telling everyone that they graduated. Like, because where I'm at in my life is confident in who I am, what I do, how I do things. I know where I'm going, what I need to do. I'm so focused on myself. I don't have the need to project it onto other people. I don't have the care to make other people feel shit because it doesn't fucking do anything for anyone. So to link it back around to the question I asked at the start of this episode, where would you be if you didn't take on board other people's projections, criticism in the light of judgment and negativity? If it's further ahead, if it's progressive, if it's on a complete different pathway, I wouldn't fucking let that slip your mind. I wouldn't treat that as a small deal. That's a big thing. That could be something that you could leave this episode, think about, and it could change your future forever. I would love it to be that way if it's going to help you. Stop playing it small. Stop caring about what other people think. And I'm not talking about stop caring about what other people think, where if you're being an asshole or if you're doing the wrong thing or if you're lacking care for yourself or your friends. It's not that. I'm talking about the not playing it small. If you have a goal, fucking work for it. Go and achieve it. If you're sick of doing the same shit, do different. If you want to wear that crop top, wear the crop top. If you want to wear that stringer because you're proud of your fucking results, wear that stringer. I started this little mini challenge within myself where when I'm walking on a big walk, I would just walk up to a random stranger. I'd act like a complete tourist and I'd say, could you please take a photo of me? And I'd always be with someone, and the person I was with would get so uncomfortable and it would create so much micro stress and anxiety. And then afterwards it would be so liberating and thrilling. You'd be giggling and laughing about it. It's that type of shit I'm talking about. It's the shit that you're not holding yourself back because of the judgment of another person, a complete fucking stranger, someone in the same room as you that you've never spoken to, someone that's never said something nice about you. You're downplaying your life, your short ass time on this world, your goals, your dreams, the literal child version of you. You're downplaying who they wanted to be or who they could be because of someone's opinion, because of some random stranger's thoughts, because a comment you got on Instagram, because of what's cool and trendy. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. It fucking scares me to think I wouldn't be where I'm at now if I let a random person dictate who I become or what I do. I'm not saying it's easy. One of the toughest things in my life is standing right by me because for some reason, it just brings so much friction. It brings so much disapproval and annoyance for other people. People don't like the way I coach, the way I'm not contactable if you're not within my people, if I'm not doing what you want me to do because it serves you. I don't go out of my way to be annoying or difficult or an asshole, but people just have friction when you do different from everyone else, when you're not as easily accessible, when you're not as malleable, moldable, if you're not as easy to manipulate, essentially. People just don't like that. People aren't going to like what you do anyway. I really want to close out this episode with that thought processing. No matter what you do, people are going to have a fucking issue with it. No matter the things you achieve, it's always going to be met with, it's not good enough or you should have done different. People are always going to have something to say on whatever you do, regardless of what you're doing. So do what works for you because you're going to be met with the same amount either way. You're either going to have people not caring like you thought, or the judgment that was going to happen is either going to happen if you did A or if you did B. So live your life for yourself. Live your life for yourself, please. Because a random person, you wouldn't bust your ass in caring about what they're doing. So stop letting their small comment, thought, or the thing you're self-creating to be bigger than a fucking meaningless comment. You're better than that. You're stronger than that. You are smarter than that. And if you feel you aren't, educate yourself. Expose yourself to more material. Level yourself up. Any podcast I post, any episode I do, anything I'm doing in my life, it's coming from exposing myself to better, to more content, more material, different perspectives, more conversations, backing myself more. If you're going through life mediocre and you're living in the way of holding yourself back because of people's judgments, because you think that what you're doing is so important, or you think that people care that much, there's ownership in that. You need to take ownership in that and level that up. You need to step that up because you can do better than that. And if me of all people, if a 22-year-old male that's been through the life I've been through can do what I'm doing now, this is so fucking cliche, but anyone can. And I truly, truly back that. If a young kid with no direction, turning to partying, just doing what everyone else was doing can change in the ways I have, I know you can, but you have to want it just as bad as I did because people aren't going to do anything for you. Fuck. Season 2's short. I have to keep it short. I'm not going to just ramble on forever, but I hope there's a valuable point made in here somewhere for you. I want you to dive deeper. I want you to think about it more. I want you to show up for yourself. I want you to stop playing it small. If you're not bothered to do it for the current you, do it for the child version of you. Do it for the kid in high school or primary school who was thinking big thoughts and having big dreams and wanting to reach big goals. Do it for them. And if you're not doing it for them, do it for your future self, because you deserve more and you deserve better, and people shouldn't have that much power over you. Big fucking love for you for tuning in. I appreciate you and I'm so proud of you. If you made it to the end, I'm beyond grateful. I love the community we're building. I love what GL coaching is doing. It's bigger than just me, and I can't fucking wait for the future. I'm rooting for you always, always. But thank you for tuning in.